Hello everyone, my name is Toertl and welcome to today's Minecraft video. In this one, I've got something a little bit different for you. Because today I have 50 different furniture designs. Actually 60, but 50 sounds better in a title. So 50 plus Minecraft furniture designs in 1.16. If you're playing in versions below that, you have to maybe improvise in one or two of those designs, but for the most part you can build all of them in Minecraft 1.16. And credit where credit is due, a lot of these designs you might have seen in other people's videos, because a lot of them are great designs, and these are just my personal favorites. Some of them I came up with myself, and some of them are inspired by other people, and I will give credit for the designs that are originally built by other people. So let's get on with this video and let's get into the first design, which is the most basic chair design you will have ever seen in Minecraft. This simple chair is probably the most cost efficient, but also one of the coolest chairs you can build, and it looks rather nice. I'd have a seat. It looks so cozy. Over here is a bit of a different design I like to use if I want to have a little bit larger arms for the chair. So I just use trapdoors, and of course this quad stair with the iron trapdoors works well in a futuristic setting where these wooden chairs would normally be used in maybe a medieval or a more traditional environment. Then we have two different bar stool designs. One is fairly simple with a scaffolding and a carpet on top. If you don't like the carpet, you can also remove it and maybe move the back of the chair a little bit further up front. And another design is this one right here, which uses a powered piston and an oak trapdoor. Then we have two designs for cozy armchairs for your lovely living room. And I mean, wouldn't you want one of those in your Minecraft house? I would. I actually have one. Moving on, we have one of my personal favorite chair designs, because you can actually sit in it. And you don't have to use your shift key, you can just right click it and you're actually sitting in the chair. I mean, I love minecart chairs. They are so cool. So this chair uses a minecart, and when I build minecart chairs, I normally use birch because I just think the trapdoors and doors are the best looking. But you could also use every other type of wood to fit your building style. Over here is a design originally inspired by a BOO, and it's a chair design that has to be integrated into a wall. But this armchair features a bed which is placed halfway inside of this wall. So when you remove the banner, you can see it very clearly that this is a bed. And then I just placed some trapdoors and a banner to kind of surround this and make it feel like an actual chair. And I have to say, it works very, very well. But the only downside of this design is that you can kind of see through this gap and see the white pillow, and that it actually extends into the wall. But when you look at it from a side, I mean, this looks so good. Moving on, there are three variants of probably one and the same chair. This is just a very simple one with a little bit of variation, similar to these ones we started with, but in this case we use a slab instead of a staircase block. Now, moving away from the seats, we can have a look at the tables, because we need somewhere to sit down at, and what better than a table to have some nice food. So over here is the most classic and iconic Minecraft table you find on every build basically, which is just a classic wooden table made up of fence gate and a pressure plate. One thing I like to do for the futuristic type of chair is build a futuristic type of table with an end rod and a heavy weighted pressure plate on top. And this is a stone variety of the table. featuring a smaller leg with an iron bar. And this is a stone variety with a bigger leg featuring a cobblestone wall. So depending on how thick you want your table legs to be, you can pretty much use everything that's not a full block, and it works rather nice. This lovely glass coffee table can fit in right into your living room, and it looks pretty nice. I like it a lot. Similar to that, this little multifunction table, you could almost call it, because you can also use it as a chair maybe. Looks very nice if you have just a very small amount of space. And then we have a very minimalist design with just 4 trapdoors and carpet on top, which you can also remove if you don't like it. But I think the carpet does look quite nice. And right next to that we have this design, which is basically the same shape, but just a bit thicker. And the same over here, but extended to a 3 wide table. So we can actually have these nice edges, these nice corners, because I think they look very cool. And I like to use them maybe as a desk. Speaking of desks, this looks pretty nice. I like to fit in these lectern blocks into a maybe journalist or into a writer's studio. We can just place a flower pot and a bit of ink and a feather, and this works its magic. I mean, it looks alright. And those are all of the tables. Now moving on to the kitchen area, we have one of my favorite fridge designs, and also a very survival friendly fridge design, because it actually serves a purpose. You could put this in your Minecraft house, it would look amazing, and you could store all of your food items in here with just a very basic design. 2 shulker boxes, I mean they're kind of expensive, but if you can get your hands on white shulker boxes and 2 stone buttons, this fridge design looks amazing in your Minecraft build. Similar to that, a more industrial looking fridge is this one here, but it doesn't serve a function like this one. You can't actually store food in here, but it looks very nice nonetheless, just 2 iron doors in front of iron blocks. And also for freezing is this, well, freezer. This is more of a traditional one, maybe you find in front of a supermarket with ice cream inside. And I think it looks rather nice, just a very simple freezer with glass as the main body and a few different types of trapdoor. Then we have a variety of different storage utilities for a kitchen, with this kitchen counter with some nice drawers. I like to use the barrel block for this, because it gives this very nice line, this outline of where the drawers are actually stopping. And if you can make the item frames invisible with the armor stand data pack, this looks even better, because these drawers, as represented by the anvil in the item frame, together with the sign, are then actually the only thing that's visible on top of these blocks. And it's just very nicely cut off from the rest of the block by this line of the barrel. Also, I like to use looms a lot, and you're gonna see them down the line, but this is the first use of the loom in this video, being just some storage units, maybe for spices or something, in your kitchen a bit higher up. And then there are 3 different furnace designs. The first one features 4 stove plates with this iron trapdoor, and the second one has one big, maybe grill type of plate on top. And the third one is more of a pizza oven with a big chimney going out the top. Moving swiftly on, we have 3 different designs for sinks. The first one featuring a tripwire hook, and the second one using a lever, but both utilizing the hopper, because I think it looks very nice when you put a hopper on the wall, that the hopper actually goes inside of the wall, and it looks like the drain of the sink is actually connected to the wall and to the sewer eventually. And then on this side we have one design I personally really like, again using the tripwire hook, and also an item frame with a blue glass pane in it to represent water, and it's all built up on top of this quartz staircase. Those are all of my kitchen designs. Now let's move on to the living room. First up, we have this big and very nice bookshelf. Now, bookshelves are very simple. They are only one block and you can place them anywhere and they look good. But what I like to do is the oldest trick in the book since 1.14 to spice them up with a loom. Everyone has seen that, but I think it's worth mentioning nonetheless, and it looks so great. And when you have a window in your room, you might want to spice it up a little bit by connecting a few curtains on the side and maybe building a little bit of a table on front with maybe also some foliage to make it just a little bit more friendly, and I think this looks 1,000 times nicer than just a plain window. Then we have a fireplace, and if you want your home to feel very cozy, you need to have a fireplace. You can build them in all sorts of ways, very extravagant and very big, but this one's just a simple one and I think it looks rather nice. Also, a thing that I like to do is to put a campfire in because it actually smokes and you can see the smoke going out on the top of the chimney. And these iron bars are a great way to kind of zone off the fireplace while not wasting too much space on this block. Over here you can see a grand piano. If you want to go really all out on your furniture and you want to impress everyone, you can place a bed down as your piano chair, daylight sensors, or also the loom again as your keys, and you can just play along to Mozart or Chopin and have a lovely day with your musical instrument in your living room, being a piano in Minecraft. I mean, how great is this thing? While on the topic of nice things to have in your living room, what would your living room be without a cozy place to watch TV, featuring one of the armchairs from earlier? We have an older type of TV with these two antennas on top and a rather small television. And we have this big screen over here with a nice sofa in front, a DVD player down here, maybe a Blu-ray player these days, and the Blu-ray player is no more. Okay, I'm just gonna do this. You've seen it was there, right? You can do some nice stuff with signs and just symbols on it. But this also features this very cool stereo sound with these two big boxes, and I think they look rather nice with these, what are they actually called? Chiseled polished black stone blocks. I think this is a great thing to have in your living room. But every now and then you have to move to the bathroom, and that room also has to look kinda nice. So the first design I built here, it looks pretty ugly in this setting, but when you put it into an actual house and a bathroom context, it would look rather nice, I think. This is a shower, and you've seen showers in all varieties, but one thing I came up with, maybe other people did too, but I came up with myself, is this. To just put a ladder in an item frame, if you can make it invisible again with the armor stand mod, and you have a very nice looking drain for your shower, so it looks a little bit more realistic. Then we have this beautiful bathtub, almost whirlpool looking thing. And when you want to make it a jacuzzi or just any type of whirlpool, you can just put a piece of soul sand in and you can have the time of their life, bobbing up and down. If they were like that in real life, I don't know if I would go into jacuzzis anymore, because I normally like to relax in jacuzzis, but for some that may be the kick of the century. So you could have a jacuzzi that throws you up into the air like a fountain. And over here there is the toilet. You gotta have a toilet, right? And this very simple design features, again, an upside down staircase and a birch trapdoor. Also, if you can get your hands on a skeleton's head, or basically any other type of head that is white, you can represent a piece of toilet paper. Just put it on the ground and it does its magic. It looks very, very nice in this setting. To the right of that, there is a sink design, because you gotta wash your hands after you did your business. And of course, you can also use the ones from the kitchen area, but I thought it would be nice to represent another design over in the bathroom area of this video, being just a bit of a wider sink with a little bit of water inside. This is one of the most expensive designs I have ever built, but I like this design a lot for washing machines. Yes, I use netherite to build washing machines, and not just one. But it works. It looks like a washing machine, doesn't it? You could even get rid of this, and it would still work. It's a washing machine. This block is, what's it called? It's a load. No, they should rename it washing machine. Moving on is a trick that is utilized so many times, but it's so great. A mirror. Just put an armor stand of yourself over there. I mean, I don't have a data pack on currently, so I had to use Steve's face. But he and I are not so different, so you can just pop an armor stand of you or Steve or whoever you fancy having in your mirror on the other side, while building the exact same room on the other side of the window. So you gotta represent everything that is inside of your room, but just mirror it, and it creates a mirror effect. I didn't build anything here, so this is a bit of a magical mirror, but you get the point, right? And one thing utilized in that mirror design is this clothing hanger, which I like to do for bathrooms, utilizing either chains, like in this design, or end rods, which are then going through two banners placed on the floor that represent towels. Now, the two last areas of this video. First up are all of the designs for a bedroom. This is just a general tip of mine. Think about carpets. Carpets are great. I see two little carpets in everyone's designs, so just pop on a bit of color on the floor and it looks a million times nicer. Just a little bit of carpet can do you no wrong. Without this carpet, this area would look a lot less exciting, and it would pop a lot less. So this carpet really does a lot of magic. Now, what doesn't do a lot of magic is this design. I mean, it is a pretty ugly closet, but I think it works nonetheless. If you open it up, you can actually walk in a little bit and hide inside if you're playing hide and seek. But the main use is, of course, for clothing hangers and a bit of shelving. Same for this shelving unit right here, which you can build out of any block that isn't a full block. So you can use these staircases, trapdoors, my personal favorite, or even the thicker ones over here, the half slabs. And if you are a really fancy Minecraft player and you want to have a fancy bed, why not build yourself a canopy bed? I mean, this is one simple design. There are so crazy, cool, and many designs out there for canopy beds. So just have a look in the internet and build one of these for yourself. They are very, 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 very cool. And lamps are also very cool. I've got 3 designs right here. One probably used countless times. First time I saw this was on Grian's channel, and he used a dragon egg. A very, very interesting block, because you would never think of it, mostly because it's not in the creative inventory, together with a quartz pillar to create a lamp on maybe a table, or in this case, a nightstand. And it does work. It looks like a lamp, especially from further away. Great design. Over here is another bed design, and the snow has melted, so let me just quickly replace that. But yeah, this is another simple bed. But also, this features a little bit of fake storage. You know these beds with these drawers beneath them? I actually have one of those in my room. So this is just to create a fake image of there actually being some shelving or some drawers below your bed. And this is maybe why it's not too great of an idea to use snow, because it occasionally melts. So another thing you might do is replace your pillow with white carpet. But the only thing is, it doesn't look as great then. What does look great though is this design, which can be actually a 2-in-1 design if you imagine. In this setting it looks a lot like a lamp. But in another setting, if I just swiftly make my way over to the toilet, what does it remind you of? Yes, now it's a plunger. So this design can be used for so many great things. End rods, people use more end rods. They are so cool, and you can use them for so many different things. So this plunger lamp is another, personally, one of my favorite designs to build a lamp. And this right here is the last lamp design before we move on to the grandfather clock. This is just a higher lamp. Maybe IKEA inspired. I have a lamp from IKEA in my room that looks kinda like that, which has 2 end rods and again a quartz pillar, so kind of a combination from these 2 designs into a bigger lamp. And then this design for a grandfather clock is again one of many. Grandfather clocks are great, and you can build them out of so many different materials and in so many different ways in Minecraft. It's crazy, but what I like to do is use chains and a bell. And this design for a sofa could also be used in the living room, but I figured I had too little stuff in the bedroom area, so I just threw this one in. And this is a very cool build hack, you could call it, even though I don't like the word build hack, but it is. You can just place banners 1 block below. Just remember to light the place up, otherwise the banners will turn black. But this way you can represent pillows. Pillows on your couch. This makes the couch 1,000 times cozier, doesn't it? It looks great. Does it look great? I think it looks great. And what also looks great are these last designs right here. First up, we got 2 designs for deck chairs. Just very simple. Everyone has seen this one. It's been around for ages. And this one as well. But it looks a bit nicer with these 2 signs on the sides. And this is another great idea if you have a little bit more space in your garden. So if you're not limited on how big your garden's going to be, why not build a small swimming pool? You don't even have to go that big. I mean, mine's pretty small right here. And to make it look real nice, I used sea lanterns because they blend in so well with almost all of the materials I've lined up back there. In 1.16 you're able to waterlog ladders, so you can make the immersion of one of those pool ladders. And you can use a lot of different designs for your pool to be made out of. I went for this glazed terracotta, but I figured this one, or maybe prismarine or quartz, could also make a great looking pool. And another thing for a very cool summer party in your garden to have are these parasols. 2 different designs. This one's an opened up parasol with a bit of a base to it, you could say. It has a table and it has a bigger bottom part, and it's made out of beds. So these 4 beds just attached to all of the sides makes this a great looking parasol in my opinion. And if you don't fancy having your parasol open, maybe you're building in a snow biome or you're imagining it's winter currently, you can just place some banners and pretend that it's actually folded down. And then last but not least for this video are 2 designs for foliage, because remember to put greenery in your builds and they will look 1,000 times nicer. They will look so much more alive. So over here are 2 designs for greenery and flower pots. So this can go into your garden as well. Maybe if you like red tulips, or if you like any other type of flower, you can just put them onto grass blocks and surround them by trapdoors. As well as this, I just chose to put some logs in to make this hedge look a bit more realistic. But surrounding it by trapdoors gives it a very, very cool feeling, I think. And it makes it look very, very good in a garden setting. And with that, we have reached the end of today's episode. I'm just gonna make my way slowly over to the other side again and have a bit of a flyby of all the things we've just covered, because there was quite a lot, I think. And I hope that at least one of those designs was in any form or way new to you, or inspired you into your own designs. Again, I do know that a lot of these have been used a couple of times, hundreds of times, endless times even, and a lot of them aren't by myself, but I figured I'd show them to you anyway, because these are my personal favorites, and I like to use them in my builds, and I think they work quite well, and maybe people out there don't know them. So if they know them after this video, or if they just get into Minecraft and need ideas for furniture, this video is great. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. See you in the next video. Goodbye.